Like, share, and subscribe to my channel as I continue to provide you with trusted information for you to use to make decisions. No, a number of persons may not be Christians, but I like to read my Bible and reflect on a number of stuff and use them as guides, use them as teaching materials for my life. And there's a part of the Bible that I could not seem to understand. I do not get it. When they said, could anything good come from Nazareth? And I just couldn't understand it. What do they mean by that? And I was saying to myself, but Nazareth is a place like any other place. What does it mean that can good come from Nazareth? And I sat and thought about it. But I am learning a whole lot about that statement made in the Bible. The older I become and the more experience I get. What does it mean? Now, I was born to Janet Green and Percival Bourne. Do not know who Percival Bourne is. When I was born, I lived at Orange Street. Then moved from Orange Street, went to Walton Park. Moved from Walton Park, went to Augustown. Left Augustown, went to Tivoli Garden. Left Tivoli Garden, went to somewhere nice to live. Then went for a while going to school, and then the reality came back to me. I lived South Side, Central Kingston, right? Then Seaview Gardens. So traversing through all of those inner city areas, I've learned quite a lot in terms of what is it and the challenge of the number of these inner city persons and why it is that people in inner city area have such a difficult time. I remember once living in both Augustown and Seaview Gardens, as well as Tivoli Gardens, that I could not use my address. And I was trying to understand. Every time I apply for a job, I could not get a job. When you tell them that you live in Tivoli Gardens or Seaview Gardens or Central Kingston, Top Road, you wouldn't be given a job. So that takes me back now to the Bible that says, can anything good come from Nazareth? So that means if you live in a particular area, then everybody is good. Everybody's a demon that lives in that area, which means can anything good come from Tivoli Gardens? Can anything good come from Arnett Gardens or Jungle? Can anything come from Hannah-Tony? Can anything come from Lizard Lane? Can anything good come from? You get the message. So what I'm saying is, can anything good come from being in a ghetto, being in a deprived, marginalized situation? And I have learned from my own experience, the argument is yes. The answer to that is yes. Can anything good come from these areas? The answer is yes. But I want to give you one of my experiences that I have in life. And that experience happened to me some years ago that woke me up. I was living I was visiting my cousin who at the time was living on Retirement Road, close to the top part of Jungle, which is little above the tank in Arnett Garden. And I remember one day they were on the road chatting, all the guys were on the road chatting. So I saw this guy with his merino, white looking merino or colored looking merino, one from two. I can't remember what it was, but I know it was a merino that he had on with shorts. So I saw something sticking out of his waist, a handle, a black handle. So I figured it was a knife because knife mean, right? So I said to the gentleman, whatever knife you're doing in your waist, but take out the knife out of your waist and put it down. And he said to me, knife? Knife? What am I doing with knife? You don't carry a knife. When I took it out, I realized it was a 357 Magnum. And I was in awe. And I said, well, what are you doing with that gun, brother? Then I was made no aware that he was a gunman. Didn't know. It was just, to me, there's an ordinary gentleman that I would see playing football with the rest of us. Well, I wasn't really a football player much. I was a track person, but I used to enjoy playing a little football at times with them. No, I was saved by this gunman one day. So after a while, I started, for some unknown reason, he took liking to me, right? And he started talking to me about life, asking me what I do, and I told him, what I did as a teacher where I was working at the time. And he said to me, could you lend him some books? Could he come to my house to sort of see what I have? And I brought him to my house and he saw a number of books. I can't forget this book. This book, color of the book was red and white. And the book was on salesmanship. And he said, could I borrow it? And I said to him, go ahead. And he would call me from time to time and he would ask me advice for things. He would actually say things to me and I would actually give him my input on it in terms of what is it that was going on. At that point, I was going through quite a lot in life. I was just in mental turmoil, was trying to understand who I was. I mean, things were not going good for me in the sense that do not know a father, never grew up with a father, had a mother left me, and I was just trying to manage. Get a little job and I was just trying to manage, right? So one day he actually called me and said I must actually come to his house. When I went to his house, he showed me a 9 millimeter. When he showed me the 9 millimeter, he said to me that he wanted me to follow him somewhere. At the time, he was living on a little above the top, the tank in John. I don't remember the name of that road, down Arnett Gardens. And he said he was going to somewhere which was at the tank at the time. So I was there following him. When I was following him, he took out the gun and he gave the gun to me on the road and said I must put it in my waist. I put it in my waist. And when I put it in my waist, he said to me, how do you feel? And I said, wow, this all you feel when you have guns, man? And he said, tell me how you feel. And I said, like something come over me a while ago, brother, like my head swell. And he said, okay. And we're there walking. We walked for maybe about 10 meters. So while I was there walking with a gun in my waist, on the road, little about the tank in Arnett Garden. I remember the name of that road right now as we speak. He said to me, have you thought to yourself what you're doing? And I said to him, no. There's a gun in my waist. And he said, that gun has 9 shots inside of it. You get 2 years for each shot. Count the number of years you will get for that gun and the shot. And as a math person, I said to him, 18. And he said, that could be it. I said, so why do you want to carry a gun on the road? And I said, you gave it to me. And he said, not because I give it to you, you should actually carry it on the road. You could have said, no, you don't want it. And I said, wow, that's true. And he said to me, as of today, never let me see you hold a gun. Never let me see you carry a bullet. Never get yourself involved in nothing relating to guns. Stay clear of it. Make sure that you get an education and you come back and help us. That time I wasn't qualified. I got a little job at a school to teach a little thing at a school. I was teaching because I'd done A-level math, etc. And he said to me, you are going to be our ticket out of here. You are going to be the one to guide us. You are going to be the one to help us. He said to me, it was like yesterday he's speaking to me. He said to me, if you go to jail, who help you? And I said, wow. He said, I can't help you because I'm a gunman. I can't bail you. I can't help you. I can't come to police station. I can't come nowhere at all. You're on your own. But if I go to jail, you are clean. You're young, you're clean. You can help me. I can't help you. You still want to carry a gun on the road. So you're not thinking, man. So you're not thinking. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you will destroy your life just by police catch you with that gun. Possibly, I'm gonna run, and you may have to run too. You may get shot. We may die. You're not thinking. And then those words echo in my ears. And even when I went to university and could have gotten an opportunity to actually join the police force, I couldn't. And a number of my friends, we were there studying for the exam, studying for the police exam. At the time, it was 2006. At the time, I was about to finish the master's. at the time in economics statistics, right? And I said to myself, I can't, because it's like he was talking to me. And I mean, every time I see a gun, I just can't deal with it. I don't want to see it. I just can't deal with it. And I said to my friends, no, but I can't. We're going up for the accelerated promotion where you're going to start as assistant superintendent. And all of them went into it except Paul Bone. And I said to them, I can't. I said, I don't like gun, but I don't want to see it. And I'd made a promise never to go the route of gun, never to hold one, never to touch one, don't want to see one. I want to make my life better, to help others. Because there are many other persons who are from jungle, or from Rima, Tivoli Gardens, back to Seaview Gardens, Flankers, and many other places who have been and recognized as no one. And I want to use my life to show them that I'm an example and that they can make it. Now, during that time, in terms of trying to make it, I have got many hits, but I've never been encouraged to take up a gun. Never want to see one. I've had instances where persons came to me with gun, and I said, listen, I can't be here with you. It's not my thing. I was saved by a gunman. He recognized quality in me. So you're saying, can anything good come from Nazareth? At the time, I was actually down Arnett Gardens. People call it jungle. Can anything good come from people like those? I'm here today as your example that you can. It's not going to be easy because I've done a lot of things. Every time I say to somebody that my mother is so and so, and I live so and so, or I'm living at so and so, I wasn't given an opportunity. Because the issue is, can anything good come from there? People don't trust you. The fact that you're living in Tivoli Gardens and Arnett Gardens and Jungle, Arnett Gardens slash Jungle, and other places. But some persons want just an opportunity. Just an opportunity. They were born there, not by choice, but by nature. And when you say, can anything good come from there, they're not given an opportunity. They will never succeed. And that's why a number of persons who are in these areas do not come out to be anything. Because the label that they are given, psychologically, they accept these labels to say that they are nothing, to say they are worthless, to say, boy, you're a gunman. They say all that can come out of there is nothing. And they accept these labels, they internalize these labels, they live by them, they are constricted and confined by these labels, and they do not make it out of there. Many of them die. I have seen many persons that I grew with fall prey to the gun. Remember, after I left school, many of the guys became area leaders, and the guys who were classmates with me were looking for each other to kill each other, and they end up killing each other. Now, what they have done, they have constricted and confined themselves to the stereotype that is given up to them, and they accept it and live by it and die by it. And a number of persons who are in inner city areas are confined to their situation because it was labeled and given to them. They were cultured into that mentality. So when you say, can anything good come from Arnett Garden, come from Tivoli Garden, come from Flanker, come from Devon, come from other places? The answer is yes. But because they have been labeled, they are caught in a situation. And a number of these guys are gunmen, are doing equal good. I was saved by one who saw in me something good. And he said, no, no, I don't want you to go that route. And there are many persons who are in inner city areas who are hurting, who are on the path of destruction because no one is there to help them. A few years ago, about 7 years ago, I lived in Seaview Gardens, and I was also saved by another gunman who was watching me and who some person that told to kill. And he started watching me, and he came to me one day and said, "Wow, I just decided before I kill you that I was going to observe you." And he said, "Boy, I can't kill you. Just something about you. I can't kill you. Are you going to do me a favor? Please, more you leave. If I don't leave, them, I'll kill you." Again, saved by a gunman. So, in every human, there's good. And there are persons who recognize the good in you and do not want you to follow or fall prey to their experiences. But who is there to save you? You, I'm talking to you. Who's not there to save you? Who is there to save some persons who are down in those areas that continue to live there, who know nothing else about living there? Who is there to help them? When you say, can anything good come from there, you internalize and actually treat them inferior, treat them with disdain, and not wanting to give them an opportunity to excel because you think that they are bad and worthless and wicked and they're all criminals when they are just like you. Want an opportunity to excel, want an opportunity to do well, where the system has confined them to that space, and psychologically they have accepted that confinement, and psychologically you are abusing them when all they want is an opportunity to excel just like you do. They have families, they have children, they have goals and aspirations just like you do. But what is the difference between you and them? They are not given the opportunity, and many of them buy into the deprivation, the psychological frustration, the psychological betrayal, the psychological bewilderment that you and society has created on them. And a number of these gunmen have good qualities, and I've met a few, saved 2 times by them, recognizing me, but I was different. One said to me, "Those one see me with a gun, never again." I remember, he said, "Remember as of this day, never to hold one. Never let anybody seduce you to hold one or deceive you to hold one. Never be a friend of anybody who was actually going that route." And he was one, and he was guiding me. In my next instance, I was actually going to be killed by one. And he observed me and said, "No, man, there's something about you. I can't kill you." He said, "I want you to actually go and make life, leave. That they're going to kill you." Can anything good come from Nazareth? My argument is yes. I am from Nazareth. And there are many other Nazarenes that are still living in Nazareth, right, that want just your help, just your guidance, just someone to pull them out, just someone to show them the way, there's someone to let them aspire and aim and focus and have that drive to excel as any other human. Ah, like, share, and subscribe to my channel as I continue to provide you with trusted information for you to use this make decision. Can anything good come from Nazareth? And the answer is yes. Because I was saved by a gunman in Nazareth. I am from Nazareth.